Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I hope you wore green. As you can see, I didn't, so I might get pinched. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out if anyone has the cojones to pinch this, man. We'll find out. But I got some green around me. As you can see, I got some green around me. But, you know, when I'm out in the real world, we'll find out. All right, so today I got back in the gym. I don't know about you all. If you all have thought about testing that line of getting back in the gym, today it's been probably a year since I got the fortitude, you know, the mental, whatever it is, to go back in there, you know, and I got back in there, and I hope you all as well will do that. I think a big thing of getting back in the gym is basically just the discipline, the mental discipline of getting back in the gym, which is extremely tough. You know, if you can just get past that hurdle, you got to just decide, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I had to decide. I decided I was going to do it. And then I was like, all right, I'm going all in. I'm going to buy all these supplements. And I was just searching on Amazon, getting all these supplements together, you know, getting something for my mind. You know, there's a thing that I got out there is called Alpha Brain. I don't know if you've heard that. I got that, and I got some creatine. I think I just got almost get. I have to be either all in or not at all, and that hurts me as well, because I don't know if you're a person that likes to get in the gym and you want to go all out. You're either all out or it's not worth it, and that's the mindset I've always had. And today I took some words of wisdom from my brother, and I took it easy. I eased back into it because I don't want this to be just a short-term thing. I want it to be something that is going to keep going. I don't just get burnt out, you know. But I mean, and are you a person that can get up and go to the gym, or are you a person that is like the after work, or, you know, your lunch break during the day? What type of person are you? I've always been the type of person, I need to go and do it early. Otherwise, I don't have the motivation at the end of the day. And I mean, I found out, so I'm walking into the gym today, and I get in there, and I just get all these eyes on me. Everyone, I feel like I just get paranoid. Like, I think everyone's looking at me, like they're like thinking, why are you here? You haven't been here. Why are you starting to come? And you just feel all these eyes on you. And I think it's just in my head. But does anyone else get that? Like in the gym, you're just like, you feel like everyone's watching you, and they're measuring you. Like, you really think you can cut it, man? You really think you can cut it? And I mean, it's so easy to get defeated, because like I say, most of working out and trying to get like back into a regiment, like it just takes discipline. It's just mental discipline. But man, you feel it. And I think I built these things up in my head. Do you all feel that at all? Do you all feel like when you get in the gym, everybody is like watching you? And plus, I'm a guy, I'm not wearing headphones a lot. I mean, I want to wear headphones, but my headphones aren't that great, so I'm not wearing them. And then you just feel like you're raw dogging it. Everybody's like, man, put some headphones on, man. You a psychopath? Are you a psychopath? And you feel like a psychopath if you're not wearing headphones in the gym in 2025. But I'm that guy. And really the reason I do that as well is I want to almost prepare for the day and start like actually thinking about, if I just have music going into my head, I won't be able to think straight. Maybe if I could throw a podcast or some news on, I feel like I would be getting something out of it. But then you lose that just gusto, you know, that because rock music or whatever type of music you have is like, it gets you pumped up and going, you know. And I feel like I lose out on that a little bit. But I had to talk about this because, you know, it means a lot to me, and I don't know if it means a lot to you, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to encourage you all. If you're not doing it, you know, I know, it doesn't necessarily be going to the gym, but maybe just being active. I think it's just you got to carve out some time of your day. It starts there. You got to carve out and decide on what time of day I'm gonna do it. You know, whatever it is, whether it's going just for a walk, a run, playing basketball, just being active, because I think it helps. It helps a lot also with your mental clarity, with your mental like just ability. Just you feel like you have accomplished something. That's also a reason why I like to do it early in the morning. But I don't know about everyone else. Everyone else has their own way they feel about doing it. And like if you're a morning person, I feel like you can be an introvert and be a morning person because it's like the after work guys or girls that are in there. They're the social butterflies. They're in there and they're in there to talk. People that are in there in the morning, they're ready to get down to business. They don't have time to talk. They're just we're getting in here. We're focused. We're doing it. It can be almost more of a social thing after work. So that can be a good thing as well. But it's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. I wanted to start it off on that just so we have because I want to implement this into this whole show or talk show is basically this is not just about one part of your life, but your health and well-being is a huge part of your life. So I mean, doing something, and I think just whatever it is, if you want to carve out 15 minutes 30 minutes in your day to do something, I think it's well worth it in the end. Even just going on a walk is huge. Just going on a walk. I mean, having your feet touch the ground, get like back in line with, I mean, God made us so like we have this world that we're a part of. I think we are disconnected from reality in a lot of ways because we're disconnected from the ground. I don't know if you've ever heard of grounding. That's where you actually take off your shoes and socks, which can kind of be weird a little bit for a guy. But I mean, if you're thinking about, we were cavemen once, people weren't wearing shoes back then, and I think sometimes there's that element of as well, just actually touch the dirt. I really don't do that often, but my wife has encouraged me to do that. But what do you all think about that? What do you all think? All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to switch gears too, because I was really just going to talk about today just that, but a bombshell just got unleashed, which I don't know how, seems kind of crazy. All right, the word of the day is Donald Trump last night, he is tweeting at night, This is a guy, he doesn't drink, but he is still locked in at all times, and he's up late. You think if you're up late at night, you're throwing back a few, but he's not. If he's throwing back a few, he's throwing back Diet Cokes. But he is what he said last night when he tweeted, and I just saw it this morning, and I only saw it because Tim Pool retweeted it and said, "Oh," and that word he said, and that so I'm going to read it to you what Donald Trump, what he said last night, and we can get into it. It has to do with undoing pardons that he does not deem legitimate. Donald Trump, he says on Truth Social last night, the pardons that Sleepy Joe Biden gave to the unselect committee of political thugs and many others are hereby declared void, vacant, and of no further force or effect because of the fact that they were done by auto pen. In other words, Joe Biden did not sign them, but more importantly, he did not know anything about them. The necessary pardoning documents were not explained to or approved by Biden. He knew nothing about them, and the people that did may have committed a crime. Therefore, those on the unselect committee who destroyed and deleted all evidence obtained during their 2-year witch hunt of me and many other innocent people should fully understand that they are subject to investigation at the highest level. The fact is, they were probably responsible for the documents that were signed on their behalf without the knowledge or consent of the worst president in the history of our country, crooked Joe Biden. All right, so I see this could be huge. I know everybody's going to go crazy. I mean, I don't think Donald Trump could go to McDonald's and everybody not go crazy, but this is going to drive some people up the wall, and I think a lot of people that are rational, don't jump to conclusions whether you're a Trump supporter, whether you're not, and let's just what are you talking about, Donald Trump? What are you talking about, President Trump? President Trump, what are you talking about? Like, he is saying that he's going to undo the pardons that were given by Biden or his administration in the final days. And specifically, and he says the unselect committee of political thugs. So what does that mean, and who is he talking about? Who is he going to be going after? If he keeps it legal, and he does not go above the law, which I do not think he will, if he keeps it legal, I think this can be legit. I think if we don't jump into and just come to a conclusion before we know all the evidence of what he has in mind, because he tweets this, and then he tweets a bunch of other things the rest of the night, so like it kind of just got buried underneath some other things, but like this really stands out. Like, what does this mean? What is this going to mean for his political enemies? Is he going to actually drain the swamp? Because a regular politician, even Trump in his first term, when he got in there, he did not go after his political enemies. He did not continue. He said all his crowds were always saying, lock her up, about Hillary Clinton. And he gets in there and he doesn't pursue that. He lets it go. Was that a good idea? Was that a good idea? Like, if they're going to, and we saw that after he got out, like they went after him like nonstop, and I would say illegally in a lot of ways, in ways that did not make sense, but they opened Pandora's box. The left and the Democrats opened Pandora's box, and like, is this what we are going to see going forward? And they opened it in the worst possible situation of the next guy coming in, Donald Trump, which he might actually react. Because a lot of times, Donald Trump, he's not starting fights, but he a lot of times reacts. If someone punches up at him, then he punches back. So they might have done a bad thing by what they did, and, lighting a something under a something. All right. Yeah, so where this goes, I don't know, but like it could turn into something great. I think it could turn into something great. He's going to legitimately do what he did and not just let people off scot-free. Because he was basically analyzed and watched from all angles for years. I mean, there's been no person that's been more investigated than Donald Trump. And he stood the fire. He's president. He's president. And it's like, if you're going to do it to me, he's going to do it to you. And it's like, truth will come out. Truth always wins. Good always wins. Light always defeats darkness. Whatever is right, whatever is good, it will eventually win in the end. So now if he keeps a good measured head and doesn't do something crazy, but I don't think Trump is crazy. I don't think he is crazy. I think he's very smart. He's very 4D chess. He's always looking. He says things to start things so that he can jump in later on down the road, which he knows is going to happen. So what is actually going to happen with him basically just throwing this grenade out there? Because this is a grenade. This is a grenade, and I don't know who's going to jump on it. Who's going to jump on it? Because everybody is going to scatter. Everybody's going to scatter. But we'll find out. We will find out what happens. All right, so I did want to quickly say, we did actually, in our, with Podcast Studios, we've recently released a school community. And if you're a subscriber, you can actually, you'll see the link and everything of our school community, which we have out there, which it's for basically anyone that's content creator, podcaster out there that is interested in doing these types of things and collabing with other people that are of like mind, that love this type of stuff, love creating stuff on the internet, love creating stuff for other people, because it's much better to give than to receive. I've switched where I don't want to be just a consumer of content, but I desire to create content. I took that leap forward, but now I'm also in the position where I want to create good stuff, great stuff. I want to create stuff that is very valuable for others and beneficial to others, It's all about finding your niche, but it's also about finding your tribe, you know? So if you're interested in that, you can subscribe, you know, you can see the link, what we have of our school community. It's for Podcast Studios. So I'll talk more about that later, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And I wanted to end it with this: keep going and keep evolving to the best version of you.
I'm in